And 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, guys, to the First Time Pictures podcast, where we review movies for the first time.
First time!
In this week's episode, we are reviewing the Odyssey.
The movie everyone, the entire world has been waiting for.
Dun, dun, dun. My name is Julian Lizama, joined with my host, Anthony Ruth. Before we get into the long-awaited Odyssey review, fan favorite segment, what are we watching? What have you been watching, bro? I feel like we haven't talked in a minute.
We haven't.
You told me you've been watching some things.
I told you earlier that I watched Dungeons and Dragons, and
yeah,
people, I guess it's already a cult classic.
Really?
I haven't finished it because it got really late, but so far, Valerie and I both really enjoyed it and is living up to all the hype. Super funny, super fun. Like, pretty much not a single second isn't entertaining or something cool going on or interesting. It's just such a good, well-made movie. Everyone fits their character so much and is acting, to the best of their abilities. Chris Pine, super charismatic, super funny. No surprise there. And the other movie I watched was the drama. Valerie wanted to watch it, and I was like, ugh, like I don't know if I want to see it. Yeah. And then
That's so funny.
I thought, okay, let's just watch one It's Always Sunny episode, and then we can watch the drama. And then we watched the drama, and honestly, fucking amazing. Yeah. Like, such a good movie.
Yes.
That's a good
so
movie.
Funny, bro. Guys, before the episode, I was telling Anthony, I was like, I think I'm going to recommend the drama because of the Odyssey. So that's so funny that you already saw it.
I know. And you said, because you downloaded that, right? I was like,
yeah.
Yes, I downloaded it. I didn't lie. I'm an honest man. I didn't lie. I just told you I downloaded it.
Nice. No, I'm glad you kept it a secret, bro. I have some secrets I've been keeping too, but I'm going to reveal them a little later.
Okay. Off the air, though. That's off the air. That has nothing to do with the podcast. That was just... Yeah, that's just between us.
But what did you think of the drama? Because the plot of the drama is kind of like, what the heck? Like, this is what this movie's about? Like...
Bro, I'm like... Whoever wrote this movie, you're brave. Like, honestly, like, kudos to you. You are so brave.
That's a real life experience. Like how else would you come up with that besides like you went through that?
Really, you think that's like based on a true story?
like it wouldn't surprise me. Like, that's a crazy concept to come up with and be like, yeah, I'm gonna make a movie on the fact that like my wife was about to be a...
Yeah.
That's a crazy concept. Spoiler alert. Sorry. You should have seen it. Sorry.
We might omit that. You might want to omit that, actually. Like, bleep it. If you can remember that, you might want to bleep that because that would be a huge spoiler. But for anyone who hasn't seen the drama, I so recommend watching it. It's one of those, like, you know me, I love a good ethical dilemma. And I was like, holy shit. Like,
right?
There's so many sides to this to consider.
Yeah.
All I'm going to say is the black guy's girlfriend, the villain. Just straight up the worst human being ever. Like, way to make everything about you, Like, just leave. At the end of the day, if you don't want to be there, leave.
Just leave.
What are you doing? Get out.
Dude, I like how you said it's an ethical dilemma, and they give you like all sides of it. It's not just like this person's side or this side. It's like, no, this person's side, but this other person's side, and then this other person's side, and it's kind of like, like, who do I agree with? Like, they all have some points there.
Actually, and then it shows that, and at the end of the day, I do think that girl, what she did was the most effed up out of everyone. I'm like, what Zendaya did? She didn't really do. Like, right? It's the idea which is messed up. But I'm like, you actually did something horrible. Get off your little high horse, and just stop being a horrible human being. I couldn't stand that character.
She changed. She became a... person, you know?
Literally,
She was
Spoiler alert.
anti-guns.
Spoiler alert.
Oh. I'm so sorry. If you have not seen the movie, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Nice.
So those were the two movies I watched: Dungeons and Dragons and the drama, and the Odyssey.
Dun dun dun. Bro, let me tell you some stuff that I've been watching, because I feel like we haven't talked about the Moana live action.
Oh yeah, what are your thoughts on that? I already know what your thoughts are going to be. It was cool. I liked it.
No. So actually, I did like it, right? I
already know you did like it. There was nothing the film could have done that you wouldn't have enjoyed it. You're a live action sucker, bro. You're a live action.
Why can't I like what I like, bro? Like, leave me alone.
You are the ultimate consumerism's consumer. Like, Disney prays for people like you.
No. I'm a rock consumer. So the fact that
okay.
See, difference. There's a difference.
That's well established Julian lore. Okay, you can have that.
Okay, good. If you're a fan of the First Time Pictures podcast, you know that lore. But
yeah,
like, so the big thing that I just want to talk about with Moana is, you know how people criticize, like, they're just redoing the animated one. I wholeheartedly disagree with this one, because while
it's worse.
No. Well, yes, they adapt basically scene for scene. I feel like from this one, I actually felt more stuff for, like, the Maui character, because I think they develop his character a little bit more in this movie. So the fact where you're like, oh, like, I see why you're the way you are, or I get his lore a little bit, because they kind of dive deeper into who Maui was. And I really like that. And then even just seeing The Rock, you know, in a wig, yes, it's a little uncanny. But, like, after, like, the first half of the movie, he fit it. I was like, no, that's Maui. Like, I like that. So I didn't mind it, and I actually really enjoyed it. The music was so cool. I love seeing, like, obviously I not grew up on Moana, but my little siblings all had a phase where they watched Moana, like, every day. So I knew all the songs left and right, back and forth. I just knew them all. So seeing them on the big screen, again, so awesome. It's like when you go see the Michael Jackson movie. It's like you're seeing the Michael Jackson songs and you like it. And that's how I felt. And no, I think it was good. I don't think it was better than the animated, because I think the animated is pretty perfect, and the vibrance that you get from animation is very different than what you can get into live.
So am I not wrong that they just remade the movie but just a little worse? Is that not exactly what just happened?
Okay, in some aspects I'll agree, yes. But overall, like, still a good time. Like, I enjoyed it. It was great. I loved it. Moana 2, when they do that in live action, I'm going to be there. No cap. So that's what I saw. The second thing that I've been watching with my siblings, we started watching all the Spider-Mans again.
Oh, in nice. preparation. The Tom Holland ones, right?
Yes. So we started with Tom Holland Homecoming, and bro, my perspective on Spider-Man has changed, because I hands down think that's the best Spider-Man. I don't care to say it. Like,
recency bias.
Nope. That story that they tell with Peter Parker in this movie is great. Like, just seeing what he dealt with, right? Like, he's coming off of Civil War, you know, he's like wants to be the superhero, but he's not ready yet. And they're showing him struggling with, you know, he wants to help, but he's just not there yet. And I'm like, that's like a noble tale to tell. And then including that with, you know, him trying to balance being a superhero, you know, at a young age with stuff that he has to deal with in his high school life. It's just such a good story. And then even seeing all the bad guys and the fight scenes, and Spider-Man doing cool Spider-Man stuff, like with the boat, or fighting that freaking Falcon guy. Like, I don't know. I loved it. I showed my siblings the Civil War fight, because that's how Homecoming kind of intros him.
Yeah.
So we watched the Civil War fight, then we go straight into the first one, and they're like, oh, I get it. I get why, you know, he's cool with Tony Stark.
Oh, it's the same person.
dude, what? Like,
The same
crossover of the
actors in
year.
2 movies.
Yeah, so it was cool and got to watch it with all my brothers and sisters. We're going to watch the second one this weekend and then the third one throughout the week. And then we have Spider-Man 4 next week. So, we're in our Spider-Man era right now, and it's awesome. So that's all I've been watching, bro. Are you ready to get into the Odyssey?
I am. Let's do it.
Dun, dun, dun. All right. So I got a synopsis here ready to go. Let's hear it. The Odyssey follows the legendary Greek king Odysseus as he begins the long and dangerous journey home after the Trojan War. Along the way, he encounters monstrous creatures, powerful gods, and relentless challenges that test his courage, intelligence, and determination to reunite with his wife Penelope and his son Telemachus. As years pass without his return, Ithaca falls into turmoil as rival suitors seek to claim his throne and marry Penelope. Spanning decades of adventure, loss, and perseverance, the Odyssey tells the timeless story of one man's fight to overcome impossible odds and finally make his way home. Real quick, the Odyssey had a budget $250 million. Like, that's pretty up there. Another $125 million in just marketing alone to bring the grand total to $375 million. But so far domestically, it's done $123 million. 140 million internationally for about a grand total of 280 million worldwide. I just saw a stat that said it's having the best Monday run of 2026. So even throughout the week into Monday, it's still doing crazy. And I mean, you and I saw, we were looking at IMAX seats. Those seats are still sold out deep into August. So
IMAX 70 millimeter.
Yeah, I have no doubt this movie will definitely make its money back. I think it'll break the $1 billion mark. And no better guy to do it than Christopher Nolan, am I right? Like, they got the right guy for the job.
For real.
No movie's ever been done in full IMAX film. And I didn't think that was like such a big deal until seeing what really took to make a full IMAX movie. Because I was watching a lot of behind the scenes stuff, and they were showing how they had to make like a special camera to like suppress the sound of the IMAX camera so they could actually have it with the actors, because this camera, since it's going through all this film, it's like this loud, like
super loud,
just constantly. So they built a camera rig where they put the camera inside like of a box, and it just suppresses the sound. And and that's something like I feel like made me appreciate Christopher Nolan even more. And we kind of talked about this a little bit when we talked about the prestige of like a craftsman and how intense somebody might go for their art. And I think this is like the purest form for art, and it just made me appreciate these things. Because like, dude, like at least maybe your most common person wouldn't really, give a crap if it was done in film, if it was done practically, if it was done, no CGI. Like, I feel like your most normal person doesn't really care about those things. And the fact that he's like, nah, I'm gonna just do it differently is like, for who, bro? Like, bro's doing that for himself.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's just so cool. It makes me just appreciate this movie a lot more. The fact that it's done practically and in like this format that doesn't need to be done in IMAX, like it could have been done digitally, but he's like, nah, I'm gonna do it this way. And I don't know, I thought that was pretty cool.
Totally
we both saw it in 70 millimeter. What did you think about it, seeing it in 70 millimeter? Did you turn around and see the film reel?
I did. I kept looking up. That was so cool. And man, I don't know about you, but the picture was, it like in very specific scenes too, was so fucking crisp. I don't know if you noticed it, but I just thought like, especially sometimes on the shots of Anne Hathaway's face, you could see every little pore and every like so much texture in the film grain and everything. Was this your second time with 70 millimeter, right?
Yes, I stand corrected.
70 Supposedly.
Millimeter, 70 millimeter does mean in film. I was telling Anthony last time I saw the Odyssey in 70 millimeter, but I didn't hear the projector going. Like I must have not seen it in 70 millimeter.
No, but you were specifically telling me, you're like, that mine is not 70 millimeter. I'm like, bro, it says 70 millimeter. Like, but I don't think it is. But I don't think it is. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, no, dude. The whole movie, I had this massive guy sitting behind me, right? This giant of a beast. And poor guy, bro, like probably 10 times during the movie, I just turn around real quick because I want to see the film reel, like just moving.
Oh, and then this guy looking at him.
Yeah, this dude, bro, like I'm turning around and I look up because you just see the film reel just like spinning, and like even that little moment of when they transfer from digital to film, you know, they're showing all the ads in digital, but then there's a pause, and me and Kaylin, we all turning our back. We're seeing the guy, like he's getting the film ready. I'm like, oh my gosh, like
it's happening. It's happening.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, it's like the 1980s all over again. Like, you know, it's so cool, so cool. I guess. Oh, can I just get a quick gripe out real quick? Like, I need to rant about the etiquette of moviegoers because
let them know, bro.
Bro, I was so heated during my movie because so we're watching this in the 70 millimeter theater where you have stadium seats where you could touch the person in front of you, you could see everybody, and bro, this guy like perfectly right there to my like diagonal. He's sitting in the row in front of me, a little bit to the left. This dude, I kid you not, for like multiple minutes, like at least accumulatively throughout the whole movie, 30 minutes on his phone. That's crazy. Bro is scrolling TikTok. Bro is scrolling Instagram, reading comments.
That's crazy.
Texting mid-movie. And I'm like,
oh my God.
Like my blood was boiling because like I would just see his fucking
It's so distracting.
Like I would see his,
I don't get why anyone does that. Like just stay home.
Dude.
Who made you go to the movie? Who made
Bro
you?
is bored.
No one's forcing you to be here.
Yes.
I know.
Like you chose to come here, bro. What are you doing? And
oh my God.
Like bro was freaking distracting me. Like I catch myself watching his freaking TikTok every now and then because bro's watching whatever. And I'm like, bro, why are you here? So
why are you here?
I just want to say, if that is you in the movie theater, please never go to a movie again.
Get fucked. Oh.
Yes. Get fucked, bro. Because, like, what are you doing, bro? Like, this is not I'm watching TV on my couch moments. Like, we're sharing the freaking space, bro, and you want to be watching TikTok.
You're in public. You're not on your couch.
You don't understand how mad I was because bro would do it on like the freaking fighting the Giants part. Bro was not even watching. He was TikTok shorting, bro. And I'm like, dude.
That's insane.
Get out of here.
That motherfucker bought a 70 millimeter.
Dude, I know. He took that away from somebody who probably wanted it. Like, so annoying.
Actually, that's crazy.
Yeah, let me get off that guy. Let me get off my pedestal here. But if that is you guys, please never watch a movie again. Get rid of your AMC StubHub because you're not deserving of watching that.
You know what? No. We're gonna talk to the higher ups. We're revoking. We can find out who was sitting in that seat. We know what number it was.
You're right.
We're revoking his membership.
I'm gonna talk to my people at AMC and let them know, bro.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to the high council of A-listers
because we know them. Because we're one of them.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, something I wanted to ask you because I don't know if you knew too much, but I'm a little confused when you know how they kept saying for the movie like, oh, no CGI. So like, what do they mean by that?
So that's something that the Weekly Planet talked about is Christopher Nolan literally never once says he doesn't use CGI. Like every movie he's done that's been bigger than like maybe starting with The Prestige or whatever, he's used CGI in every single one of his movies. He's never ever said that, but because he's always talked about the importance of having practical effects be the priority. Like if it's possible to do something practical, they're going to do it. So they actually did build. So do you remember the one scene where the giant was like hovering his hand over to try and feel everyone exiting the cave?
Yes.
So that's possible for them to build a giant hand and like maneuver it as a contraption, and that's like a real thing that exists, and so anytime that they can do it, they'll do it. But then also when they're moving the giant and having it be practical, they'll touch it up with CGI, like his eyeball moving, and there's these little spaces in the animatronics of it that they'll fill in. And then obviously whenever the Cyclops is chasing them in the water, there's no way to hide like the puppeteers, like controlling the mechanism. So at that point it's like, okay, that scene's gonna be all CGI. But a lot of people heavily conflate the idea that it's like, yeah, there wasn't any CGI. That's just a lie. And Christopher Nolan has literally never said that. He's even like explicitly said like, yeah, there is CGI, just he tries to use as little as he could and only when it's like necessary,
Because so that's where my next question is, if this was shot on film, then how do they do that? Do they like scan the film in, edit it, and then re-put it into film?
Yes, exactly. I watched this video where Christopher Nolan explained that what they do is every single time they're done filming for the day, they have somebody either flying it or driving it down, depending on where they're filming. If they're filming he said if they're filming in LA, they could have someone just drive it to the studio and they continue filming. So in the background, they have a crew back at the lot who is scanning every single film reel, and they'll digitize it. So then when they're done filming and Christopher Nolan gets back to the editing room, he has all the clips digitized for them to edit on the computers. Then once they're done editing, right, every single clip that they edited and copied and pasted will actually have a number, and the computer will number everything. So they then take that listed number, like the graph, and they give it to the film editor, who will go and look at the actual print, and he'll match it with the corresponding number, and then he'll physically slice the film print to the corresponding number to which they edited it digitally. Does that make sense?
Like they'll fill it in here.
Yeah, so like on the actual physical film print, when you look at the little notches, there's a tiny number on the bottom that'll say 3614. And so once they're done editing, the computer will keep track of every little notch on it. So when they give this list back to the guy, it tells them, okay, you can slice the actual film at this number, and then you have to connect this number to this number. And then so once it's digitized, then they can add the effects and stuff like that. Then they re-put it into the master negative with the proper color correction and everything. And then they after they finish cutting it and splicing it together, then I think that's when they do the master negative with the proper color correction, and then they start making copies of that to send out.
So then does that mean you could make any movie a film movie?
Yeah, so that's actually what they would do even before theaters completely switched over to digital. Even if a movie was filmed on digital, you can transfer any movie you want onto a film print and then start sending it out.
Okay. Yeah, okay. That makes it, because I mean, I was hearing like, they use a lot of force perspective and stuff like that, like for the giant Cyclops scene. And so that's where I was wondering. I was like, did they just have to like cut out a segment of the film and then overlay it or what? So that's kind of what I'm wondering, how they would do that, because I would love to see them like show, okay, this is how we did this scene in the Odyssey, because that's something that was running through my head the whole movie. I was like, how did they do this? Like,
right? Like, I'm so curious how they did the perspective on the giant soldiers, those knights. I'm like, dang, like how did they make them look like 15 feet tall?
I saw they had like 7-foot actors, and then they had body doubles. So like Matt Damon's character.
Oh, like one guy standing on top of another guy inside the armor.
No, they just had like 7-foot tall guy. No, yeah. But Kaylin actually told me this, that Matt Damon had a body double, and it was actually a girl. And so like it was
so it was shorter.
Yeah, so it was a smaller girl, and compared also with a 7-foot guy. So, and then a little forced perspective in there, but dude, like that giant scene, like they're throwing people, in trees, and I'm like, how is this not CGI or something? But that makes sense. Okay.
He perfectly just blends it, and people love, because there's also all these freaking like film reels, like people like they try to make a living on Twitch clips. There's
Okay.
like this little sub genre of people who try to make a living on like behind the scenes info, and they'll put like this crazy music, like when Christopher Nolan was on set. He told them not to do this, and this scene was completely improvised. But bro, I've like heard this. I've heard the stories from like the actual mouth of the director or actors, and I can tell. Not for everyone, because obviously I don't know all the facts of every movie. But I've caught some where I'm like, dude, they switched up the lines and they'll embellish it. I'm like, you guys are like fucking like farming like extra like just embellishing these stories for the sake of likes and clicks. It's just that like irritates me, because I'm like, why are you just making shit up? Just tell the truth. Like, it's still just as cool with like the real story. But I did want to ask you, so like, let's tell our listeners, what did you think of this movie?
Dude, it's epic, bro. Like, that's the only way I could put it, bro. Like,
so epic. It was, I thought it was fucking incredible. I thought it was amazing.
I saw it twice. That was my secret, bro. I went
already? You already saw it again?
Yeah, I saw it 2 days later with Kaylin's family. We all went to go see
70 millimeter again, or you went to like an IMAX?
No, we went to just a regular theater. We went to the Cut.
Oh, okay.
But again, I saw it again, and I was like, hell yeah. Like, some of the scenes that like maybe the first time, flew by me, I was able to appreciate them a little more. It's just epic. I think hands down, like it's so cool. It's so massive, and especially like I said, how Christopher Nolan, he cares about little details that probably no one else would care for. Like, it made me appreciate it the second time, because I already went in with some of the facts. Like, my favorite fact was they shot, that scene where they're in Hades and the people are coming out of the ground. Like,
the dead soldiers.
Yeah, so they went to Iceland to shoot that, and they actually buried like 20 extras underground. They had breathing sticks to breathe, and then they had them come out of the ground. And I'm like, bro, like, when I saw that scene, I was like, bro, like, one guy messes up, this whole scene's done. So the fact that everyone's locked in, they know how expensive every shoot, every take is, and they're locked in.
Bouncing off that scene too, I want to say shout out to Elliot Page, because I've been a fan of him ever since Trailer Park Boys, and I've seen him in like stuff and I just haven't seen him in anything for such a long time that it felt so nostalgic seeing him on the screen. I'm like, man, good for you. Like, it's cool to see you back in acting, because I missed it. Like, I haven't seen him since maybe Trailer Park Boys is the last thing I watched him in, and felt so nostalgic and cool seeing him back.
Yeah, they had like a really good scene, especially in that Hades scene. Like, you feel for the character and like what they're going through, especially with the twist of like, what, like that moment. I missed it the first time. Like, I didn't understand why they were so heartbroken, but they explained like, no, actually, they switched the lots. So in reality, I forget what that character's name was supposed to be, Elliot Page's character. I forget the name. But in reality, what happened was they got the lot to stay, and they swapped with the other guy.
Oh, just to send them.
Yeah.
So he doomed the little kid.
Because I forget, dude. See, and this is my downfall. Like, all these people had like the hardest names.
Your downfall.
The hardest names in all the film, but Robert Pattinson's character told the character like, "Oh, look after your dad. Like, I'll do this." And that's why in that scene, Elliot Page's character is like, and he just let my dad starve and like a dog. And I was like, oh, what? Like, I was so confused. But watching it the second time, I was like, that's even more heartbroken because, Odysseus' character does kind of lie to him, saying like, we're leaving, but we need you to give this offering, like stuff like that. So that scene was just very sad to see because, like, going to war is a crazy thing. But yeah, what was your experience leaving it? Like, how did you and Val feel?
I literally just thought, like, that is what you freaking go, like, when they talk about Hollywood blockbusters, bro, like, dude, that is just the biggest, like, damn, like, you delivered out of.
Hell yeah.
I've seen some movies where the hype is 10 out of 10 and then I leave even just like at a 9 out of 10, but this one I'm like, hype. I think the movie matched the hype, like,
dude, just
like, perfectly, just matched the hype. It was so good. I think every beat in this story that happened, I think it resonated. Like, I felt it whenever they opened the doors. And on the Weekly Planet, I didn't think about this, but I'm like, that's what it is. They said that what's that guy's name? Benny Safdie plays him with that big armor, the big soldier guy. Yeah, Agamemnon. He said that he has a very Darth Vader presence. I'm like, yes, that's what it is. He has this like otherworldly, or just like bigger than life, like this aura of even though he's a regular human, he just has this energy that he might be more, the way he's walking through those gates. I felt that, and I can like, that's obviously what he was going for. And then in other big moments when Matt Damon is finally returning home, spoiler alert, he makes it home, when he finally gets home and he tells his servant, like, I'm coming for everything, or he said he's coming for everything, and then the dome, and then he walks away, goosebumps. I'm like, yes, bro. Yes. And then when he bends the bow and then pulls the string, goosebumps scene. Like,
it's like dun dun dun
dun. Yes,
like,
I think chills. Just every moment hit for me. Chills for real. Yeah, delivered.
Dude, just how you're saying that scene where Agamemnon's walking in when they're invading Troy, he's just walking in aura farming, bro. Like Darth Vader walk, just like composed, chill.
Not even fighting anyone. Just just walking.
Aura. Bro, like, imagine seeing that, bro. Like, you're just like a normal guard and you see this freaking Darth Vader of a guy walking in. You're like, oh shit, bro. We're fucked, bro. Come on. Turn around,
don't fight that
dude.
Guy.
Dude, yeah, I love Agamemnon's character in that. And just seeing him every time, because like you said, he was menacing. Like, he was a standout, with the all black, but at the same time you're like, no, he's him, like he's the commander of the army. So it's like, bro,
he looked like a great general.
I'm following you. I'm following you.
Xander will get this reference. He looked like a great general of the heavens. If you've read Kingdom, that's what he embodied. One of those great generals, like Oki or something, just walking through, bigger than everyone, bigger than life. What did you think about the message of the film?
It's deep, bro. It's like
I loved it because I think it's also a very relevant message. Like, not to get. I'm not even trying to relate this to a political thing. I think, like, even outside of politics, I think it's a timeless message of the, when you break that trust between humans, there's no going back. And the entire time, that's what they're emphasizing. That's their law. We got to help anyone that comes in because they might be a god and you don't know who you're messing with. And, it turns out that they're the ones who are really the type of people that they feared or talked about not being like. And I've never really thought of, because you've heard that story of the Trojan horse. I feel like everyone, even without reading the Odyssey, everyone knows the Trojan horse story. But I never thought about how kind of fucked up that is. I'm like, oh, they actually said that was a peace offering? Damn, like, that's a stab in the back. Like, that's actually messed up.
Dude, that's exactly what I was thinking too, because everyone does know the Trojan horse at the gates of Troy, and you think like, oh, it's just a battle, but in reality, it's like there was this bond between.
A clever scheme.
Yeah, and there was this bond between all these men that follow this rule of like you said, Zeus's law, and everyone follows the gods, and we all had this, agreement between men. Even if you were in different, different countries, you still had this base understanding for humans. And like they said, once you break it forever. And it's like these guys,
like it can't be unbroken.
Yeah, and these guys are the guys that kind of screwed over the world, if you think about it like that. And there is no going back. And our characters face their own like repercussions of breaking that, for not being able to return home, and everyone else not treating them with hospitality. And they're like, even when they get to the Circe scene where they get transformed to pigs, like they're like, oh, but Zeus's law. It's like, nah, bro, you broke Zeus's law. Like, it's no longer a thing in the world. Like, that, what you guys did, that message spread across the world so that everybody now is like, oh, we don't have to follow it. Like, it's not every man's gonna want to follow that. You broke my trust forever, and our main characters had to deal with that the whole time. And I think that scene at the end where Matt Damon's talking to Penelope, it's just very sad. And it's just like, he sees the repercussion. Yeah, the repercussions of his idea. And it's like, damn, bro, like, you messed it up for everybody. There's no going back.
Yeah.
Like, it's done.
And it perfectly fit in my mind, like where the story went to, because in the beginning, the way they all hype up Odysseus and how he's so legendary, and you start to think, when like you start to feel his guilt and see how far he went, and I'm like, you know what, I understand. Like, actually, if he had this big old name, it kind of doing like a backstabbing plot, it's almost like he let himself down. That's not something he was proud of at all, and I felt that as well, because they really emphasize how much of a legendary figure this guy was to everyone,
and how noble he was, because like something he said, like, when I'm hunting, I like to make it be a fair fight, and that's something they emphasize in his character.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And then it's like a betrayal of that exact like principle that he was preaching since the beginning.
Yeah, dude, going back to that bow scene, because that bow scene is my favorite scene in the whole movie, bro. Like, they kept saying, when he strums a bow, he's letting his prey know. And, bro, he's surrounded by his prey.
Oh, I didn't even click that.
Right?
I didn't even click that. I'm slow.
That's so clean, bro. And then
is so clean.
And then Robert Pattinson's character, Atinius, he knows what
Get the shields.
Dude,
Spears.
No, yes. He knows what that means, bro. He knows Odysseus is warning his prey, because he's the first one to peep that, because he was there in the earlier scene when Odysseus did that with the hog, so he knows what's coming. So he's the first one to freak out, because he knows, bro, I'm prey. I'm going down. And, bro,
that's so true.
Everyone goes down.
Witnessed that in the lesson.
Dude, yeah. So, I mean, again, that's
Did that not make you laugh? He was just standing behind a pillar.
Get the shields!
Swords!
The spears! Spears!
But
I'm
like,
cheerleader.
It's so corny, but at the same time, I'm like, that's who his character was. He was this sniveling little corny brat. Yeah, like conniving little brat. It just fit for him to be the guy who's like, I'm not going to fight, but y'all, like, go get the weapons. I was reading this other criticism, or not criticism, but note on how that's Agamemnon is basically what he feared of becoming. Like, that was the exact idea of what he was scared of, and like his worst fear was, he lived by this oath and to achieve certain like greatness in battle, and he sees how Agamemnon, when someone who was fully committed to it, the guy who sacrificed his daughter, if you sacrifice all these things for your own greatness or just to win, and you betray the trust of those around you or even your enemies, then when you get home, you're you're not going to be surrounded by friends, and you're not going to have some glorious fate. And that's what happened to Agamemnon. You know, he did everything he could for the glory, and at the end of the day, he was stabbed in the neck unceremoniously, you know, not by some great soldier. He didn't fall in some great battle.
Right, yep.
He just got stabbed by his wife, and his wife loved someone else too. He couldn't even get the love of his wife.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
That scene too, bro, it had me jumping, bro. Like she just jumps at him, and you're like, oh damn.
I know.
Bro,
I thought she was gonna poison him.
Dude, yeah, that scene is so cold too, because it's like Agamemnon, this great general, telling Odysseus, bro, like I know you want to go home, but beware of what's expecting, and like that's exactly what.
We're not cool anymore.
Dude. Yeah.
We are not cool anymore. We peaked.
Trust me, bro. Trust me, dude.
Yeah.
I like your message where you said like that it's a timeless piece of like stuff that we still deal with today. Like, you know, maybe the fact that the Trojan horse story, even if it's not real, it's like, you know, men sometimes in this day and age don't even really have this bond between them. It's all about
principles. No principles.
It's like all for themselves and their own glory. And I really like how they portrayed the soldiers as like these pigs that just take and eat. And, you know, when they get transformed into pigs, and she's like, you know, transforming them back into men, she's like, go back to your costume, you know, go back to your real selves. Go back, you know, into hiding, because in reality you're a pig, but, you know, go back into your little costume. I was like, damn, that sucks that, you know, like these men have to become that because of, you know, the situation they were in. And yeah, I don't know, just very, very tragic.
Because throughout the whole movie, they're basically justifying them taking every single scene that they encounter somebody or some being. They justify taking their belongings because they need to survive. And, you know, I feel like a lot of people try to preach that nowadays, where it's like, well, you know, it's justify what they did because you got to do what you got to do. Like, at the end of the day, you got to look out for you and your family. I'm like, that's true. But once you start breaking the bonds and that trust and those principles, you know, what's stopping other people from breaking those principles towards you? And it kind of has to be a, what's the word? You know, good faith between everyone. Like, we all have to have that good faith, and if you don't, it's the like rebuilding that can almost be impossible.
Yeah. Something like that I still don't even have a clear answer on. I want to know what you thought of it. So Athena, right? Zendaya's character. So there's a scene when they're invading Troy where they kind of show Zendaya's character like being grabbed, and maybe they chop off her head, but at the same time the statue falls off. How I interpreted it was that the statue was like that sacred thing, but once they chop it off, like it's not sacred anymore. And that's what they were showing in that scene by decapitating Zendaya. But, you know, some discourse that I've been hearing is like, no, she was a real girl. They decapitated her head, and Athena
that's what I think.
Oh, you think that? Really?
I think I
don't mind that.
Athena,
I don't mind that theory.
Yeah, like after he saw that girl begging for her life, then like chronologically since that moment, we see that he's basically haunted by her, and so his visions of Athena are now represented by that innocent woman that he saw get decapitated. And so it's like it probably is Athena, but now Athena is manifesting as this innocent person, like haunting him. That's what I think. Or that's the one I go with.
Yeah, because they do say in the movie like the gods take the form of humans. So that's where I'm like, okay, I don't mind that, but at the same time, it's like the statue head did fall and it was on the floor, and we don't see like her dead body on the floor. That's where I was looking for the second time.
I thought that was like metaphorical. That was just like you know, like disrespectful.
Okay, because I'm like, dude, that's Athena's statue. They cut off her head, and so I was seeing some symbolism, but I do like that other theory more, where it's like, no, that was an innocent girl, now Athena's haunting him through her, which I like that. I don't mind it. But I would just hear a bunch of
my number one.
What?
My number one gripe in this Odyssey discourse.
Oh, what?
Like oh my God, you know what? The one thing that gets my blood boiling more than anyone.
What?
So there's all different types of nerds and geeks, right? There's Star Wars nerds. There's some fantasy nerds like Lord of the Rings. There's nerds who are fans of everything. There's Marvel nerds, DC nerds. The absolute worst nerd group out of all are these Greek mythology nerds, bro. You guys are the most insufferable group of nerds to ever exist. What are they saying? Just the discourse before the movie of like, actually, what happened in the book of Odysseus, this did not happen. You know, why did he leave out this line? Whenever the Cyclops picks up Odysseus, he says, who's there? And Odysseus says, nobody. Shut up. Shut your mouth. Stop talking. This movie's incredible. No. And every single gripe these nerds have for this, and I've had this gripe. This isn't because of Odysseus. I've had this gripe ever since I was in 8th grade. Somebody would be like, yeah, I'm really into Greek mythology. That's why I'm reading Percy Jackson and The Lightning Thief. Shut up. That book sucks. That movie sucks. I couldn't care less, bro. I hate Greek mythology. Like, it is so annoying. And every single time there's discourse around it, it's always just the most annoying. I'm like, is this how people feel when they encounter, like, you know, those over-the-top Star Wars fans, like possibly me, who are like too critical? I'm like, yes, this must exactly be what it's like. Yes. That's exactly what it's like. I'm like, this is what it's like. I hate this. Like, you guys are awful.
That's how I feel when I like anything and you just shit on it, bro. That's exactly how we feel, bro.
That's the feeling? Yeah, yes. It is annoying, bro. I'm like, shut your mouth. Stop talking. Just watch the movie. It's good. And that's end of it. Even the lady. So there's this girl who did like the most recent, or like one of the most acclaimed translations of the Odyssey book. And she's like, actually, I have my criticisms. And she's like, I don't think, you know, he understood the point of the book.
Oh my
goodness.
And
I don't like how we use the dog to, like, you know, prey on our sentimentality. Shut your mouth, you freaking Greek nerd. Like, shut it. Like, go read your book. If you want your book, go read it. Nobody cares. And I was even thinking, you know what? I might check out this book. Like, it seems interesting. Yeah. And then after I saw her comments, I'm like, fuck your book. You know what? Just because you're being such a book. You guys are, I'm not reading your book. All of you Greek nerds are such little bitches. I'm so tired of it. I'm never reading that book because of how annoying they are about it.
Okay, let me push back a little bit, because there were some scenes from, so I haven't read the book, but I watched like a 2-hour someone explaining beat by beat the Odyssey, right? So there were certain
You think the movie would be better if he made it more book accurate?
No. I don't agree that it would be better, right? But I wish they would have done some scenes. It's just what it was. Because like when I'm going into it, the scene that I was most excited to watch was that Cyclops scene, because it shows how smart Odysseus is in the book, where it is a story of nobody, where the Cyclops asks Odysseus, what is your name? And he says, nobody. So that later on in the book, when Odysseus stabs his eye, that Cyclops has like Cyclops friends, right? And the Cyclops friends hear him yelling, and he's like, what's happening? What's happening? And the Cyclops is like, nobody's attacking me. No, yeah, right? And I'm like, that seems so clever. And I was hoping they were going to do that scene, right? But I didn't mind the way they went with it, you know, instead. But I was looking forward to that scene the most, because I was like, that was a fun scene. No. You
Who
had
wrote
to be
this
there.
book?
You don't know.
Who wrote this book?
What's his name? Homer. That's his name. Homer.
Homer? Yeah. fuck Homer. Like, honestly, Christopher Nolan took your material.
Nolan's is canon now.
and yeah, he took your material and he made it better. This is the official Odyssey story from now on.
I'm not even mad about
your
it.
book,
I'm not even mad
sorry.
about it.
Yeah. Your book sucks. Your book sucks. It's trash. He took your trash book and he made gold out of it, okay?
Yeah, and something I do like that they changed is, you know how Penelope gives Odysseus that pin? So she's like, okay, if anyone ever says that they've seen you, they'll be able to say that you were wearing this pin. I personally really like that because in the book, the way that she remembers him is at the end of the movie after I think he kills everybody. Penelope's like, tell me something only Odysseus would know. And in the book, he's like, when I built that bed, I built it into the frame of the house. And she's like, okay, well, no one else knows that except you. And, you know, that's a little but the fact that it's the pin, I just really like that because it brought everything back together. And I really like that.
I thought that was a tearjerker too. I don't know about you, but I was like, oh, the true love returned. So sweet.
Also, I don't know if you noticed this either, but again, one of my other favorite scenes is the sirens because that's so iconic in the book, like where they're going past the sirens and they have to put their ears with wax. And, you know, when you're reading that, you're like, man, I wonder what that could sound like. And I'm really happy that they didn't put music and it was just him talking because it's like, yeah, if you put in a music, like it might have not hit for everybody. But the fact that you leave it for interpretation.
Christopher Nolan knows best.
Yeah, like you can interpret it how you want to and it makes it feel like that much more personal to the viewer, and I really like that choice. And a little Easter egg, there's a music playing in the back of that scene. That same music is the music that plays when Odysseus meets with his wife in the later scene. So, you know, they talk about how when you listen to the sirens, it gives you, you know, what you want. It's like that itch that you can't scratch, stuff like that. And that music that's playing is the same music they play once he reunites with his wife. And I was like, that's so beautiful because, yes, they had some music, but it wasn't like, oh, this is the music the sirens are playing. It's like, this is music going on in Odysseus' head. And I thought it just made that scene, like you said, tearjerker when he's meeting with his wife, Penelope, for the first time.
Yeah.
It's just like, damn, bro, finally made it home. Like, let's go. Like, so awesome.
Yeah.
Also in that scene, I really like the movie theater, bro. Freaking when they put the wax on the left side, the audio on the theater on the left side goes mute.
Yes, bro.
Right?
Great. I completely forgot. As soon as that happened, did your theater also go, that was unique? I swear, like multiple people in the theater were like, whoa. Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah, it's so cool. It's like it goes left side, it feels muffled, then right side, and then the whole theater's just kind of muffled. You can hear the heartbeat. You know, when you cover your ears, you hear like a little heartbeat thumping, your pulse. Like they played that. I'm like, I feel like I'm there, bro. Like it was so cool.
Right. And you wouldn't get that unless you have like an incredible sound system at home. That's why you go to the theater for the. It's
exactly
like
the surround sound. Yeah, so immersive, so cool. Yeah. Something that I don't know if you struggled with, but I actually kind of did struggle watching it with this many stars in the movie. Like the fact that there were so many star-studded casts. Like I saw this comment that I was like, you know, they have Spider-Man talking to Catwoman, Catwoman talking to Batman talking to Jason Bourne.
Brain rot. Dude, brain rot, Marvel brain. Oh my gosh, bro.
It's brain rot. No, dude.
You're really thinking about Catwoman when you're looking at Anne Hathaway?
Dude, I wasn't, but I'm like, when I see Spider-Man talking to Punisher, I'm like, yo, I'm about to see this next week, bro. I'm going to see this line again. It actually threw me off a little bit. And something that I hate to say, the only negative of the movie for me is actually Tom Holland. Because I couldn't see him.
Really? A lot of people were saying this is like his best performance.
I couldn't. I just see little kid Tom Holland, Peter Parker, bro. Like he plays like the little brat kid like he did in Spider-Man. But I couldn't take him serious when he's like, that's enough. I'm like, bro, like if you don't pipe down, little bro, like I couldn't take him seriously. And some of the scenes, like I didn't mind him. You know, when he's like fighting, you know, dad, like, you know, I didn't care about those, but I don't know, some scenes for me with him did take me out of the moment a little bit. not saying it's a bad thing, but I caught myself being like, that's just Tom Holland. And I don't know.
I felt the opposite. I'm gonna be honest.
Really, you liked him? You thought he ate?
Yes, because I'm like, this is the first thing I've seen him in where he's not doing, oh my gosh, I'm stumbling Peter Parker, like it's the first time I've seen him not be that character. So I'm like, cool, I like this. It's fresh. Finally something different from him instead of the Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, I mean, I think he did good. Like, I didn't mind, when he had like the fighting scenes or where he was like getting bullied. Like, those felt really nice. But some of the scenes where he's like trying to be a man to his mom, like I don't know, I couldn't take him seriously in some of those scenes, which did draw me out. But I still think it was cool. I guess a few last things. I think my second favorite scene of the movie is that final scene where Odysseus is, he's about to enter the trial in the palace, and he sees his little dog, and he goes for the dog, and the dog starts wagging his tail, and then Odysseus,
and finally goes to the afterlife.
Yeah, and then he talks to his son afterwards, giving him like, Odysseus would be very proud of his son or something like that. It's just like, true father moment. Like, he never knew really his father, and he finally gets this moment of like, oh, you're him. And for me, that scene is just so beautiful. Like, that father-son bond that is out there is very, very wholesome, and I really, really like that scene. I'm glad it brought everything together in a nice way. Like, the whole movie just flowed very nicely.
Yeah, I truly felt like every emotional beat landed for me, like every single one.
Yeah. And I real quick, because there was so much discourse around this movie, so many people complaining about the casting choice. Like, they were like,
the Greek nerds.
Yeah, they're like, why is Travis Scott in here? Like, did you notice Travis Scott?
Shut up, nerd. Yes, I did. Christopher Nolan knows best. Shut up, nerd.
Yeah, and like people were like complaining, like, oh, in Greek time at this time, silver wasn't even a thing. Why do these guys have armor silver?
Oh my God! See, that's making my blood boil because oh my God.
Or the one that I was like, people were saying like, why aren't there any Greek actors? I'm like, bro, like this isn't like a timepiece. This is a story. Like let it be. It's isolated story. It doesn't need to be.
I saw an image of like what the actual armor would have looked like, and the armor looks stupid. Sorry, it would have looked retarded. Like the armor looks bad. He made a better choice, and he made a better movie. So you Greek nerds, shut your mouth.
Yes. And yeah, also quick cool scene, like that scene where they're on the boat, like and those dolphins popped out, like. That scene, those are real dolphins that just so happen to show up while they're shooting that very specific
dolphins.
Scene. Dude, yeah, they're paid actors. Like, dude, I was telling Kaylin this, dude. If I was on a movie set, I'm ruining that scene because if I see dolphins, I'm turning around. Guys, there's a dolphin. Look, there's dolphins. But like everyone's like,
you seriously wouldn't wait. You wouldn't lock in.
No, I would not lock in, dude. That's why I can't be an actor. Because, dude, they were composed, bro. They were like oral farming with these dolphins perfectly in the scene. And I don't know. I thought that was just so cool when I found out. Because I was like, no way this is like digital, right? And then they said like they just so happened to show up. And I was like, nice. I like that. Like these actors are locked in for this. But I'm ready to get into our ratings, bro. Do you have a rating for us?
Ooh, in order to watch this movie, okay, how many Cyclops would you jab in the eyeballs and get to the ship? How many Cyclops would you jab in the eyeballs to be able to watch this movie?
I mean, I'm stabbing 10 Cyclops in their one eye, bro. I'm stabbing all 10 of them, bro. Like, I've seen this movie twice already. We're going to go watch it again for the third time. Third time for me, second time for you. We're going to go watch this movie again in IMAX 70 millimeter.
70 millimeter, yeah.
I'm not doing that for a movie that I don't care about. And this movie is epic. It's grand. It's large. I can appreciate what Christopher Nolan does for this movie, like just being an artist, and I love anyone who just gives it his all because they want to, not because they need to. and he just wants to make something epic and awesome. And I think he did this. This story is like 2,700 years old. I think he did it the most justice you could possibly do, and it's epic, and it's awesome. And I mean, if you haven't watched this movie yet and you're listening to this podcast, what are you doing? Go right now, go watch it, because
go check it out.
You're not going to be disappointed. How about you, bro?
Worth the price of admission. I am stabbing 10 Cyclops' eyes,
go.
and I'm gonna just jab him one more time for the sake
you're gonna
of
jab
it.
him again
for this movie, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna just do an extra right there, just for the sake of this movie.
Just to watch this
10 out of 10
movie.
Cyclops stabbed eyes.
Let's
just
go.
Watch the movie. So good.
First time pictures 10.
Again, yes. I think me. I'm not a big fan of biopics. So Oppenheimer. I don't think that's a bad movie at all. I have no gripes with it, but it just doesn't move me. I'm not moved by biopics. I did think it was an incredible movie, but it just didn't move me that well. And Dunkirk, I felt, was the same. Incredible movie, super powerful, amazing movie. But I didn't want to see Dunkirk again, and I don't want to see Oppenheimer again. But I'm gonna go watch. I'm gonna go watch the Odyssey again.
Yes, nice, bro. I think you guys heard it here, guys. First time pictures, average of 10. That says something for the movie. It's awesome. It's great. It's grand. It's absolute cinema. The meme all the way, like hands up, absolute cinema. Like low key, bro. Like I'm gonna have to buy this on Steelbook. I'm gonna have to fight the scalpers, bro, because I'm buying this as a Steelbook. Like I don't care. Because I feel like I have to add it, bro. It feels like something I want to own forever because I liked it. I think it was so cool, and especially the experience of doing it. Like, we like to make going to the movies like an event. We plan it out weeks in advance. We're hyped for it, and I think the build up to the hype of the movie, they all matched up to me. Where it's like, nah, this is great. This is epic. So, nah. Definitely 10 out of 10. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. Dude, you want to know another gripe I have, which is something off related with Steelbooks, bro? Like, dude, like, why don't they make it more accessible, bro? Like, I went today on the Steelbook website. I was just looking. I was like, oh, like, I was like,
one, Zavvi? You went on Zavvi?
I don't know. I think like steelbooks.com. Like, I don't know what I went on, but like, I went on.
No, that's not a. Yeah, that's not a shop.
Because like I was like, oh, the Wonka movie Steelbook. I was like, let me just see. Sold out. I'm like, what the fuck? Like the Wonka movie? Okay. Hunger Games sold out. I'm like, can I buy anything? Like, please. Like, they were all sold out.
Bro, that's why you gotta pre-order or get them when they release, and that's what makes them cool. They're always limited edition. Limited.
I learned, bro, because I'm like, no way I'm getting the Odyssey on Steelbook. I'm gonna have to fight somebody for it. Like, that's what I was thinking.
You're JJK Steelbook, bro. That's why it's even cooler, because nobody else can really buy. They can only get it second hand. You got first hand.
I got first hand. This was first hand.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I give it to you brand new.
Nice. Okay. See,
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Oh, pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Nice. All right, cool. Well, that's been our review for the Odyssey.
Oh, and if I ever see that Odyssey book in public, I'm spitting on it.
Dumb book. You're not even canon anymore.
Not my Odysseus. That's not my Odysseus.
He would never.
Yeah, he would never. He's not a nobody.
Bro, do you know what movie we're watching for next week's episode?
Ooh, are we going to watch The Invite with Seth Rogen, Olivia Wilde, Edward Norton, and Penelope Cruz?
Dude, I'm actually excited for you to see this movie. Like,
yeah, so you watched it already. I got to go see it this weekend.
Yeah, we were supposed to both see it, but we had technical difficulties, so I ended up going to see it.
My kidney had a technical difficulty.
Yeah, he added a new rock to his collection, guys. But like we saw that in theaters, and I was like, dude, I know Anthony's gonna, no, never mind. I don't want to move your meter anymore.
Okay, yeah.
So, yes, next week's episode is gonna be The Invite. And
just to fill some space, because we got Spider-Man right after that. You already know that's the movie we're doing.
Yep. So tune in next week for the invite. If you guys can, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts. And follow us on Instagram
or
at
leave
First
a comment.
Time Pictures.
Tell us what you thought.
Yeah, let us know if you would give the Odyssey a 10 out of 10, or if you're just crazy and you don't think so.
Or if you just don't, or if you're a Greek nerd who doesn't like good movies. You know? Let us know if you're a Greek nerd who doesn't like good movies.
If you're a Greek nerd, comment down below Greek nerd so I can block you. So
Greeks aren't even real, you know? That's not a real thing. It's not real people. It's not a real place. That's fake.
Dude, Greek
fake news.
Yeah. That's propaganda, and they got you, bro. You got.
Propaganda.
Propaganda strikes again.
You're welcome. Christopher Nolan gave you a voice.
Yes. Nice.
Okay.
All right, guys.
So, anyways,
peace. Dun, dun, dun.